As of today, the Father says that there is a time and a season for everything that exists in the universe. You will only experience sorrow for the duration of the night, and happiness will arrive in the morning. Because I am the Comforter, I am familiar with the sufferings and grief that you are experiencing. I am taking note of your inquiries, and I am aware of your ideas. Because there are those of you who are aware that your loved ones are with me, and I want to reassure you that they are experiencing an incredible amount of joy because they have not left their life, but rather they have entered your life. Oh, certainly, they are joyfully living their lives to the fullest and are still working hard to further my kingdom. Therefore, in the present moment, give me this sorrow, and allow yourself to be comforted by the immense joy that awaits you and everyone other who is accepted in the Beloved. There are more members of my family that are experiencing grief due to the fact that they do not know their loved one's current location. What a deep need your heart has to know whether or not they are with me. I want you to know this. Does my word come back to me empty? Do you remember that I said that you and your household would be saved? When it comes to bringing them into my kingdom, have you not prayed and requested that they be delivered? Are you unaware of the fact that I am able to make my presence known to them even at the hour that they have passed away? That my angels of salvation who minister to your salvation are laboring right up until the very end? That thanks to your prayers, they have been set out from others. You will be astonished and happy when you return home because there are those who select me when I appear to them in their final breath. When you arrive home, you will be surprised and delighted by who is there to receive you. Therefore, I am the God of all comfort. Therefore, I ask that you give me all of your sorrows and allow me to heal your soul today. However, according to the Father, this is when things start to get interesting. I will put an end to all of the provocations that the adversary has brought into your life and set you in a position of blessing and favor with me. He roars in a very loud voice whenever the adversary is about to meet his death. The darkness that comes before the dawn is the final gasp given by the adversary of your soul, who is fervently praying that his plan to destroy you will not be successful. Focus your attention on me. Your ways should be commended to my hand. Make a conscious decision to not give oneself permission to react emotionally to the gloominess of the natural situation. I shall emerge as the day star in your life to shed light on the privileged position you have been in all along, and this situation is nothing more than a little affliction that will be resolved when I do so. In the event that you were able to view the issue that you are facing now from the point of view of a few months from now, you would notice that you are smiling. Do not borrow difficulty from anyone. Do not allow yourself to be sad or to be afraid of what is ahead. Because I am the God who can make impossible things happen, I am going to come through for you. Put yourself in a position to be filled with faith and faithful to the call that I have given you. It is your responsibility to allow the heat of the furnace to consume anything in your personality that is in opposition to my love and my righteousness. From the bottom of my waist down to the top of my waist, I am a furnace of fire. I am the fire that serves to refine and scour away the dross that is associated with sin and sinful impulses. At the conclusion of the issue, not only will you come forth triumphant, but you will come forth dazzling with my character and holiness, having usurped everything in your person reflecting my glory. As of today, the Father has communicated that my first preference in your life is to never scold or chastise you. Now you are clean through my word that I have spoken unto you, I told the disciples after they had battled and failed to achieve their goals. Despite the fact that you are struggling and wrestling with pain and strain, you should know that I am the creator of peace and the inventor of blessings in your life, and as such, you should not curse. It's possible that some people may look at the difficulties of life and say that I am the cause of everything, but I want you to open your eyes, my darling. A foe of your soul is out there, searching for your soul with the intention of tearing you apart in the same way as a lion tears apart its prey. That does not describe who I am, nor does it describe what I do. For the purpose of granting you life and life in greater abundance, I come to you. I have come to you so that you may find safety in me and not be afraid to run away because you have been persuaded to believe that I take pleasure in your suffering. It is not my hand that is causing you to be infatuated because all of my ways lead to peace. I will not ensnare you or bring you down, rather, I will labor to purify and deliver you. Therefore, when your circumstances are unstable and it looks as though your entire existence is a gaping wound, know that I am pouring in the oil and the wine of my goodness and my presence in order to heal and mend. In times when you are unable to handle the weight of your burden and you have no answers, I am the answer you seek. I am your source of relief. In spite of the fact that men who claim to represent me say otherwise, I am all about making things simple and freeing up burdens. I am your strength at times when you are weak. In an effort to soothe the turbulent seas of your spirit, I shall speak peace to you in frustration. I will be there to provide you with protection when you are being chased as a prey by your enemies and when you are being rejected by loved ones. My favor will encircle you completely. I am going to be your safe haven and secret location till the storm is done and gone. Beloved, you will not be erased from existence. You will be left whole and in receipt of my goodness at the end of the day, knowing that the God of the universe has undertaken for you even this day. This is something that you will be receiving. From this day forward and for all eternity, your God declares that I am your security, and that I have secured you in my promise. In today's message, the Father declares that I will no longer wait to throw open the gates of my kingdom to those who are hungry, those who are lost, and those who are broken. My church is not a high-security safe that is designed to prevent people from entering. Those who are unwashed, in need, and in pain might be brought to a realm of cleansing and healing through this open doorway. Among those gates, you are one of them. Keep the door to your eternal gate open. Raise your head, you everlasting doors, for I have come to reclaim that which was mine and to divide my inheritance to those who are pleading for liberation. I am coming to reclaim what was mine. The screams of humanity have been heard by me. Within the brothels, I have been able to hear their cries. Their cries have been heard by me in the hovels as well as in the streets. The cry that they have been making has been heard, and I have taken the decision that will be enough of that. And therefore, prepare yourselves, says the Father. Prepare yourself to offer hospitality to those who are coming to eat with me. During my time at Calvary, I opened my heart, opened my veins, and spent my entire life giving to others who were in need. I am calling upon you right now to be the one who opens up access to my kingdom, which has been closed off by the illegitimate authority of religious mentalities. As a result of the fact that the scribes, the Pharisees, and the hypocrites would not come, I am bringing those from the roads and byways. They have arrived in a broken state. As they enter, they are bleeding freely. They are arriving without having been washed. They will not smell very pleasant, and they will not look very appealing. The church as usual will be disrupted as a result of their presence, and a significant number of my children will feel offended. On account of the fact that they have forgotten where they originated, they will be offended. It is because they have constructed a line of division that does not exist between themselves and people that they would exclude and look down on that they will be outraged. As the Father instructs you, get ready to perform triage on those who have been injured and to make yourself a willing worker in this new harvest since it has arrived. Never again will we wait. No longer puzzling over it. Now is the time to harvest. I am telling you today that you have the ability to determine your own season in my kingdom. My word does not suggest that there is very little that you can control in life, despite the fact that you may have been taught so in the past. The heavens and the earth are under my control as the Lord. Every single event that takes place in the world is something that I am completely aware of and have the ability to influence on every level. You are my beloved child, and by blessing and benefiting you, I take great delight in being able to do so. Inside of you is where I make my home. Inside of you is where you will find my kingdom. My rule extends to my empire. My omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence, as well as my sovereignty, or sovereignty. You truly believe that living for me and walking in my kingdom is about being plowed under by circumstance or about going through life as a failure in abject suffering? Do you genuinely believe that? Use the phrase, "the greater one lives within me," to describe your soul. I want you to say to your soul, "I really am able to accomplish anything through Christ who strengthens me." When it comes to the manner of thinking that pertains to the kingdom, the religious mindset will always throw dispersions. In an ongoing effort to disqualify you from my very promise, religious authorities that are not legitimate will engage in this endeavor. They tell you, in an incorrect manner, that I want you to endure pain and want you to be without. Aren't they fascinated by the fact that they themselves rarely go without, despite the fact that they perceive my grandeur in the plight of others suffering? The way you are thinking should be put aside. On this day, you will have the opportunity to enter into a new experience of the entitlement that the suffering of Calvary and the cross of Christ provides you. I adore you for the simple reason that I adore you, because I adore you. Despite all of your inadequacies, what gives? Concerning those, we will address them as we progress. To put it simply, cooperate. Maintain a state of yieldedness at all times, but be aware of this, dearly beloved, from this point forward, everything in your life will get better. As of today, the Father has revealed to you that I will direct you with my sight. I will be so close to you and so intimate with you that you will know without a single word being spoken exactly what it is that I want from you at any given moment and what I want from you in general. That is the conversation that I am looking for and trying to learn more about. My spirit ventures forth into the entirety of the globe in search of individuals who will worship me in that spirit and in that truth. I am looking for slaves that are not only interested in having a close relationship with the Word, but also with the mouth and the lips that pronounce that Word. I am wishing for the bride to come forth. My heart yearns for that bride who will exclaim, "Let him kiss me with the kisses of his lips, for his love is better than wine." My heart yearns for the bride in the same way that the bridegroom dreams of the bride. There is the possibility of a more profound closeness, adds the Father. It is possible to achieve degrees of intimacy that have never been seen or experienced anywhere on the planet. The vintage of any act of God or wine of the Spirit that has been known in times before is not relevant to this event. I am taking you beyond the realm of simple human happiness or euphoria that is reliant on external circumstances. Bringing you into direct communication with me, spirit to spirit, is what I am doing right now. The human spirit that you possess is being encapsulated and enveloped by my Holy Spirit. I am bringing you into such a state of oneness with me that it will be difficult to tell where I end and where you begin. I am taking you into this state. Do you possess the fortitude to take on that experience? I am providing strength to you so that you may forsake the arrogant and mundane notion of walking in my kingdom and boldly surrender yourself to a new confidence in me. I am releasing this strength so that you may walk in my kingdom. This day, the Father instructs us to take a deep sip of my refreshment. You can take me with you wherever you go, since I am the water that comes from the rock. I will come up from within you and fill you with my mercy and my power when you are feeling parched in your spirit and pleading for relief. Know that I will do this. Refuse to take part in the disappointing waters consisting of the diversions and distractions that the world has to offer. You should look to me as your source of inspiration and resource. At the conclusion of the day, you will experience a boost in your joy, and you will have a comfortable night's sleep. You are going to be able to wake up to the new circumstances that I have planned for you, and you will lie down in peace. Do not give yourself permission to believe that change will take a very long time to come. Due to the fact that I am the God of suddenness, when I enter into the bow of your boat, you will find that you have arrived at land unexpectedly. The time has come for you, and this is the season for you. Before I take action, I will not wait until your pain has reached a critical level. The time has come for salvation to come. You can count on me to come through for you at this very moment. In times of need, I am always there to lend a helping hand. I am not alienated from you in any way, and I do not take pleasure in the anguish and distress that you are experiencing. Take a look at me. Refuse to respond to those individuals who are arguing violently against you. Wherever your focus takes you, you are that place. Leave them alone. Put your faith in the inevitability of my favor to deliver you, and place your feet on the sturdiness of my constancy. Refuse to believe the falsehood that the obvious is telling you. The plan that I am putting into action in your life is this, and this is the portion that you possess. You will be filled with joy when your eyes catch sight of it. Today, the Father instructs you to exert yourself into your surroundings. In the process of learning how to work together with me, your spirit will behave exactly like my spirit. Your human soul has the ability to press out into your environment and create a space for me to work in, just as my soul is able to travel to different places and accomplish various things. In the same way that my fundamental nature is that of lordship, your fundamental nature in me is to be a force of fear against the adversary. In the competition, you will always be in the majority, regardless of the number of troops that the adversary takes with them. As a result of the fact that I am in you and with you, you are a power that outnumbers everyone else. An energy that cannot be decreased or overrun is moving through you at this very moment. I didn't intend for you to cower in a sheep shed waiting for the rapture when I said, "Occupy till I come." I meant for you to be busy doing something else. You have been called and anointed by me to go out into the world and acquire all that I have staked a claim to, and that includes the entire planet. Just know that since I am in you and you are in me, every place you go is going to be a place where things are happening. This is true regardless of where you go. Feel free to let your spirit out into the fresh air. Alter the environment and put an end to the dominance of the air as the most powerful element in the universe. Allow what I am accomplishing in you and through you to spread throughout the atmosphere in your town and surrounding your home until the adversary is unable to accomplish anything at all. You should make it your mission to own and occupy your place in order to establish an atmosphere in which other people can experience the joy of falling in love with Jesus. I will give you that portion. What you do is exactly that. Who you are is exactly that. It is possible to alter what you own. Everything belongs to the Father, and the reason for this is that it is mine, and I am part of you. Your title deed to the entire planet is in your possession. Whenever you go somewhere, each and every structure that you enter, all of the streets that you travel down, because I am who I am on the inside of you, you are the dominant force in this interaction. Today is the day to break free from confinement. Allow the person that I am to breathe, move, and discover who I am within you today. Step out into the world and be yourself. It is the Father who instructs you to take pride in me now. Whenever you place your faith in me and acknowledge that I am working in your life, the Father promises that you will never feel ashamed of yourself. You are not required to remain silent about the actions that I am taking. Telling others about the fact that you are trusting that I am working in your life is a good idea. You should demonstrate to your loved ones and friends that you are convinced that everything will turn out for the best. It is important to demonstrate to your adversaries and critics that you are not scared by what they are saying toward you. Make it clear to your detractors that you are not going to be swayed by what they believe will occur in the future. In the face of the adversary, do not exhibit any signs of fear. And you are aware of what comes next. Are you aware that I am now working? I have demonstrated my worth on multiple occasions. Having nothing to be embarrassed of is not an option. Be aware of this, says the Father. I am not constrained by the norms of society by the actions that I take in your life. At this point, you could be wondering and speculating about how I will behave. It's possible that you have some suggestions for what I ought to do or what I might do. The only thing that is established is which potential paths and methods of employment will not be included in the subsequent events. I am delighted to go against what you anticipate. It gives me great pleasure to demonstrate to you how extraordinary and one-of-a-kind the deliverance that I am bringing into your life is. You will see the end outcome, but it will not come about in the way that you anticipate. It won't be what other people anticipate will take place. When others see the breakthrough that I lead you into, they will do nothing except scratch their heads. They are going to come to the conclusion that it is impossible for it to be God, because God would never do that. I am making you the poster child for the strange, the distinctive, and the unexpected because I take great joy in you, and it is my good pleasure to take you and promote you and bless you in my sovereignty on this day. According to what the Father has revealed to me today, I am completing a job in your life. Your entire life does not have to be spent in a never-ending, laborious process without ever reaching a breakthrough or achieving a result. This is not your destiny. I am a God who is not only responsible for the process but also for the result. I am taking you to a conclusion that you have anticipated. There is no way that I would ever want to bind you to an endless and everlasting spectacle of laborious activities and responsibilities. I took a break when I was creating the earth in just 6 days. It is for this reason that I developed the whole concept of the seventh day, so that you would be aware that my aim is to bring you to rest. Your seventh day has arrived. Your seventh day is drawing near. The anointing that completes the work is upon you. It has been brought to the attention of the adversary that which will be sufficient of that. Loved one, are you prepared to move into a state of rest? Do you have the ability to be, and are you aware of what it means to be, rather than simply doing for an indefinite amount of time? As a God, I am not one who is constantly striving. I am a God who is at peace. To be honest, I am more curious about who you are than I am about what you do. As a result of this, I decided to form the new covenant of grace and take the old covenant of law. You are in possession of promises that are superior to those who have only experienced slavery and the requirements of my divine justice. In addition to referring to you as a servant, I also refer to you as my beloved child. You should wrap your head around it, and you should invest your heart's affections in who I am as Father, and not only as a difficult taskmaster who requires you to labor in the quarries of a religion that has died. There are new degrees of my splendor that you are entering today, according to the Father. The Father declares that there is no limit to the depths that you are able to explore within my realm. On the side of my children, there has been an assumption that they are required to pass away in order to proceed to a higher level of glory. On this day, I want to tell you that the greatest glory is within you, within your heart, as a result of the experience of being born again. When you leave this life, there will be no less of my spirit on the inside of you than there is now. There is no difference between the two periods of time. It is not necessary for me to use the instrument of physical death in order to elevate you to greater heights and deeper depths within yourselves. It is a foe to face death. Ultimately, it is the final adversary that will be vanquished. When you are in my presence, you must no longer permit yourself to view death as a means to greater levels of human existence. The places of abode that I have prepared for you are not only in the realm of eternity, but they are also here in this life. My goal is to make sure that the full dividend and benefit of the cross is enjoyed not only at that time but now right now via my efforts. Are you able to provide an answer right now? My kingdom is a kingdom that exists right now, and there is no less eternity in you right now than there will be when you physically stand before me in a glorified body. Whereas religion usually postulates on the hereafter, I say to you that my kingdom is a kingdom that exists right now. Make up your mind to put on the crown that you will freely cast at my feet. Then once you have made up your mind to do so, it is now time to begin ruling and reigning. In the present moment, walking in the kingdom is a proposition. This is a now experience that fills you completely with who I am and leads you to be a conduit of glory out to those who are in darkness. Fullness is an experience that only occurs in the present now. The Father wants you to be aware of the fact that the greater glory is upon you, as well as in you, and it is flowing forth throughout you. Take on that light. May that light shine upon you. On this very day, when you walk out to rejoice and stand in praise and worship before me, the Father says, let the river of my life discover its boundaries and show the miraculous. Even today, as you go out to rejoice and stand in praise and adoration before me. Today, the Father encourages us to put an end to distractions. Your life will experience a significant reduction in the number of distractions once the adversary realizes that you are not going to be distracted from your concentration on my kingdom. In order to avoid wasting his time, the adversary of your soul will not employ a technique against you that is no longer effective. When that call comes in, you should stop answering it. You are aware of the nature of the talk and that it will result in feelings of annoyance and frustrated aggravation. Take a stand against reading the text from hell. Do not bother reading that email, instead, delete it. You must refrain from giving in to the distractions that the adversary is using to control your feelings and rob you of your joy. The Father says, on this day, I call upon you to take responsibility and authority over every avenue of ingress into your life, heart, and mind. I encourage you to do so. Turn away from the corrupt communications that are being poured into your life by other people, through the media, and even by those who are closest to you. Whenever they express their hypocrisy by lamenting, you should not seem to be mourning alongside them. If they continue to sing songs that demonstrate their lack of faith, you should not dance to their melody. Set your adoration and the focus of your mind upon who I am and what I am doing, and not on anything else. Make it your purpose to be watchful for nothing, and ensure that you are not concerned with anything else. When you accomplish this, dear, you will completely submerge yourself in my presence and catapult yourself to a higher level of authority, which will come about almost immediately. The Father has revealed to you today that I am the one who holds your times. What comes next is not something that is up to man, and it is not even ultimately up to you. I am a God who is sovereign, and in the course of my sovereignty, I have loved you, and I will continue to love you with the love that will last forever. My affection is a certainty that will endure even when all of creation has been rolled up like a garment and discarded. Eons from now, my love for you will continue to burn with the same intensity that it did when the nails were driven into my hands and feet by the nails. I love you on account of the fact that I love you, because I love you, and because I will continue to love you. You have been given the responsibility of knowing my love, becoming familiar with my love, and being the beloved. This is your purpose in life and your position in the planet. When it comes to the agenda that I have planned for you, love comes first, before any other purpose that may come online. Today, I want you to go out and enjoy your day and simply be my darling. In your day, I am not interested in any sacrifice, assignment, or job that does not flow out of the overwhelming reaction of your heart to my love. I am not interested in any of these things. I am love, says the Father. Love is who I am. This is what I do, I love. I have come to this place because of love, and it is because of love that I will never abandon you or leave you behind. It is impossible for any human being to comprehend the breadth, depth, and height of my love for you. There is no human measurement that can even come close to doing so. You have been adored. You are surrounded by love at all times. You might as well give up and just be loved today since I have you encircled, says the Father. You might as well just give up. That your patience is being rewarded is what the Father has to say about it today. According to the Father, you are currently experiencing a deluge of my presence spilling out into your life. In the soil of your heart, the seeds that you have planted are being nourished and are beginning to sprout and grow. There is no way to poison the seeds of faith. They do not perish. They are always carrying within themselves the germ of life, which is the embryo of my spirit for that matter. There is no need to be sad or disheartened when it appears that the harvest will take a long time to arrive. Your patience is what guarantees that you will arrive at the desired conclusion and the consequence that was promised to you. The pledges that I have made to you are of the utmost importance, and they will not be broken. Make a decision in your heart to wait for the rains of my spirit to develop what has been planted by your prayers and the hope that your biggest dream and highest heart's desire would be achieved. It is said by the Father that I am a good farmer. A harvest is never lost by me. Your supplications will not result in a negative harvest. It will not be necessary for you to try again after plow underneath the sterile seed. You have prayed, petitioned, and believed, and the harvest will be plenty according to your efforts. Take your time. Keep an open mind. A guy who planted his seed and then walked away night and day, and lo and behold, it sprouts up, even though he has no idea how it happened. This is how my kingdom is. Put an end to your guessing about the manner in which I will fulfill the commitments I have made to you. Your focus should be on the outcome, and you should refrain from analyzing the process. Put an end to the constant digging up of your prayer seed and the frustration you feel because it is not growing. Due to the fact that I am not a man, I should not lie, nor am I a son of man, thus I should not repent. What you have committed to me in prayer will be brought forth as you continue to be patient and expecting of what the rain, both the rain that has come from the past and the rain that is coming from the present, is bringing about in your life and in your heart. Discover the joy that you seek in me, says the Father today. According to the Father, happiness can be transient at times, but you will discover that joy is a deep well that resides in my spirit on the inside of you. When you find yourself in a situation that is demanding and difficult, all you need to do is turn to the rock that you find boring. I want you to know that I will be the manna that hits the ground each morning and the water that comes out of the rock at each and every encampment that you visit on your journey. It would be unnecessary to remain encamped around the testimony that was given yesterday. The testimony from the previous day is from the past. Prepare to go and move on. It is important to avoid allowing your loyalty or fidelity to become entangled in events that have occurred in the past. The manna from the previous day always produces worms. Continue your search for me and your forward movement in me. According to the Father, I will be found trustworthy not just in your previous successes but also in the challenges that you are currently facing. I am the source of your well-being and the illumination of your face. In order to fulfill all of your requirements, I am your provision and your exceedingly more abundant resource. It is not man who is your supplier. You should not look on man as your primary source of self-satisfaction and nourishment. A jealous God is what I am. I am Jehovah Jireh, your Holy One. Look to me because I am the ram that has been caught in the thicket to fulfill your most pressing requirement. When you are in a lean state, you should be aware that I will put fat on your bones. When all other false dependencies have come to an end, dried up, and moved on, I will make sure that you are the only one left standing. You are not commanded to follow the crowd into the fertile plains of Sodom. Rather, you are commanded to follow my voice into the high places where the covenant is cut and the burning bush is discovered. That is who I am to you, and that is part of what I have in store for you in this day and age. As a result of the word that I speak to you today, the Father has informed me that you are perfectly clean. The Father says that there is washing and cleansing in my spirit. There is cleansing everywhere. If the filth of the world has contaminated your spirit, then you should come to me so that you can be refreshed. In each and every example from the Old Testament, the unclean constantly contaminated the clean whenever they came into contact with one another. Only one of them was an exception. When something that is unclean would touch running water, the running water would not become unclean. I am that running water in your life. I have placed within you streams of living water that are flowing out from you as a testament to my love and a testament to my purity in your life. Though you may be under pressure, know this, that the power of the current of my river in you is greater than the power of the enemy trying to breach your walls. Greater is the pressure on the inside of you of my spirit flowing out than the pressure of the enemy on the outside seeking to defile you. As the children of Israel sang to the rock and the water came forth, so let your mouth sing of my praises, and the refreshing of my spirit will cleanse you. There is cleansing in my spirit, beloved. Deliverance from sin and deliverance from the contamination of the world is necessary and needful. Come to the well of water, the springs of living water, the veritable river of my spirit that flows in you even now. It is not a metaphor for a river, it is a river in truth as mighty as any river on the earth, breaking forth from my heart to your life and blasting away every assault of the enemy. Sing to that river. Command that river to spring up as the saints of old times did. Receive and be cleansed. Receive and be refreshed. Receive and be renewed and healed and transformed this day by my healing river.